right, guys, are you there? I'm going to give everyone a chance to get on here. Would it work if I turned it this way? Nope, that won't work. Alright, hang on. I got to tighten my... Can Mama sit down, Macy? Can Mama sit down? Okay, let's see how many it says we have here. Alright, it says we have 4 watching. If you're watching, comment. Hello, Josie. How are you? I'm trying to get this up and started. Hi, Nene. Charlotte. What are you doing on here? Hello, Carmen. I don't know how much rocking we'll do today. Because see behind me? Hey, Melissa, how are you? Hey, you're watching me? You're not supposed to be watching me, Nene. You're going to make me nervous. In case y'all don't know, Wyoming Nene is my sister. She doesn't make videos. But I don't know how much rocking we'll get done. You can't hear me, Susan? What does it sound like? Is everybody hearing me okay, or is it just Susan? Okay, Melissa says it sounds good there. Oh, no, sorry, not Melissa. Sorry, Let's Play Dolls and Pianos. I just glanced. I was thinking it was this Let's Play Dolls. Okay, Wyoming Nene hears me fine. You're going to need me to rock? Macy, you got to move. They need me to rock. Oh, you're Melissa too? You're not the same Melissa, right? No, you're not the same Melissa? Wow. That's something that both Let's Play Dolls and Piano is Melissa, and then Let's Play Dolls is Melissa. Wow. We have little Summer with us today. Okay. Guys, Summer felt so bad last night that she cried her head off. Just cried her head off. Literally, her head came off. Scared me to death. I went to pick her up to go put her in the bassinet last night when we was getting ready to go to bed. And when I picked her head up, when I picked her up, her head rolled off. So, I need to know if there's, I don't know if there's any doll artist on here right now, but maybe if there's not right now, maybe someone later can tell me. Will the tie wraps stretch over time? Because her head was fine when I got her. It wasn't loose or trying to come off or anything. And, what am I trying to say? Sorry, y'all have to forgive me. Whenever a comment pops up, I get distracted. Okay. So is it okay now, Susan? Um, but her head was fine when I got her, when I first got her. And I've had her a good little while, you know, and her head's pretty heavy. And sometimes I don't support it. Sometimes I just pick her up. Okay, good, Susan. Um, but I went to pick her up last night and her head rolled off. And the tie wrap wasn't broke. And I could easily just pop her head back in. And that's what I did, but it would come back out. It wouldn't stay in. So that's what I did, and I just put her in the bassinet for the night. Of course, hubby also helped me when I was getting her in the bassinet. It came back off, so he told me to bring her to him, and he'd see what he could do, and he looked at her. Well, it needed a new tie wrap. The tie wrap was too big. It wouldn't, her head wouldn't stay on. Okay, I think they do. That happened to my baby's arm. Oh no, the arm yesterday at work. Oh no. Let's see. I think of you play with your babies and dress them and move them around. That can happen. Just tighten it a little. Well, she had surgery this morning. I just so happened to have some tie wraps from a baby that I reconstructed here a while back, probably about a year ago. So I did have some tie wraps. So I did put a new tie wrap on her. She's fine now. I got her head on there now. But I'm going to be more careful because her head is pretty heavy. And if you let go, it would just, flop back. And that's probably what stretched the tie wrap. So I'm going to be more careful to support her head. Her's a baby. Her's got to have her head supported now. Her can't hold it up by herself. But we have Summer with us today, Miss Summer Rain. And we also have Paris with us today. See my sweet little Paris? And they are dressed in new Dolly clothes. So we can do hashtag new Dolly clothes. That is hosted by Jay at J Dolls UK. And thank you, Auntie Sandra, for these beautiful dresses for these babies. Well, actually, Paris is like a long shirt with some leggings. And, yeah, Josie, Dr. Becca, yeah. I performed surgery on my baby this morning. But anyway, this little dress is also from Sandra, and it's a little long on her, but it fits her everywhere else. And guys, look at her little footless sandals. Can you see them? No, the lighting, you probably can't see them well with the lighting. Oh, that one came off. It's so cute. It's the color, it has the gold in it like her dress. Let me see now. See how cute. I love them. They don't get to wear these very often. Macy, can I please sit back? My back's hurting. Come here, baby. Come here. Mama's back's hurting. Come around this way. Oh, this chair ain't big enough for both of us. Okay. Thank you, Susan. I think she's beautiful. Miss Paris is beautiful. Yeah. I love her hair. It's so soft and pretty. I'm sorry she can't be in the camera view at all times. But I just thought I would come on. I really don't have anything specific to talk about today, so y'all gonna have to help me keep a conversation going for a little while here. It is very cloudy here today. Looks like it's fixing to rain. I don't think it's raining right at the moment. I don't see any raindrops, but it's dark out like it's fixing to come a bad storm. And the skies are real dark, so we're just chilling a little bit today. And Miss Summer is just sitting here looking at y'all. So what all are y'all going to be doing today? Let's see if I can pull this a little bit closer without making y'all too dizzy here. Sorry about me being all up in the camera right here. There we go. Maybe that'll be a little better. What are y'all doing on this Saturday? Is it raining at your place? Is it, are you going to be able to go out and do something? I'm doing just what I want to do today. I'm sitting here rocking my babies, doing rocking with Becca. I need some help, guys. Give me some comments. Give me some comments. Oh, I should have been more prepared. I thought y'all would give me comments and help me have the conversation here. All right, guys, tell me. Tell me something about your dolls. Do you, let's see what we can come up with. I'm going to be recognizing my nursery closets. Oh, reorganizing. I don't like reorganizing. The favorite thing about the baby I'm holding. Oh my goodness. Everything. Everything. Let's see. I love her eyes. I love Summer's eyes. I will put her closer in the camera in a minute. But I guess that's what I love the most about her. She's got little beady eyes. I call them beady eyes. They're little squinchy eyes. And I just love that. She's just adorable. So do y'all have a favorite baby? I know this question has been asked over and over, but it's a topic that I could never quit talking about. It's hard to explain the way I really feel about my dolls. Let me see if I missed any comments here. Thank you, Josie. I don't know. I just love all of my babies. Now, I do have babies that I'd say I like better than the others, but, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say in asking you that is there just one particular doll that you always go to, like a go-to doll? Even though you love all of your babies, is there one that you always go to first? And I really don't know that I have one like that in my collection, because I love them all. And at the time that it's that baby's day, it's like that baby is my favorite baby. Now when I do get new babies, when I get new babies into my nursery, naturally for a little while they're new, and so I'm going to want to go to them first, and give them attention. But I don't know. I love all my babies. But anyway, guys, let's see. Yeah, Susan says, no, I love them all, but I do favor my Layla because she was one of my first reborns. You see, I have 3 reborns that I got when I first started collecting. And if I'm not mistaken, they are my oldest in my nursery. Not my oldest dolls, because I have gotten some later that were older dolls when I got them, that were pre-loved. But these particular 3, oh my goodness, guys. There was lightning really bad across the road. I mean, it was bad. We may have a big old storm coming our way. But, Anyway, those 3 dolls I would never get rid of because they were ones. Now, the ones I got before them were like when I very first started collecting, I purchased pre-loved dolls. And I really didn't know, being, just getting into the doll hobby, I really didn't know what type dolls I liked best, what features I liked best and stuff like that. So, if I found a doll that was cheap that I could afford, I would get it. Well, a lot of those, after I got them, I really didn't care for them, and they were maybe old looking because I was new into the hobby and didn't really know how to pick. And I was trying to pick, according to my finances. And so all of the dolls before these 3 I'm talking about, I think I have gotten rid of them. I don't think I have any that I purchased before them. But these dolls I purchased, and y'all have heard me talk about Amy Michelle a lot. I don't know. I can't tell you if I really liked her because I really liked her artist work, or if it was because it was the first dolls that I, brand new, made for me dolls. When I say made for me, she didn't custom make them for me, but she would make them and put them up on her Facebook page, and I would purchase them from her. And I got 3 from her. And then she just disappeared all of a sudden. And if you've been following me, you kind of know the history of all what happened there. And that recently I have found her sister. And her sister paints just like she did. Her sister sells dolls on reborns.com at, oh my goodness, what's the name of it? Heart Song Creation, I think is the name of it, or something like that on reborns.com. I have 4 dolls from her, but I do love the way they paint their babies. The babies just look so realistic to me. I love it. I like the skin tones, and all that. So I guess those 3, and then the ones I've gotten from Pat, which is Amy's sister. I don't think I would ever get rid of those. Of course, there's a lot of others that I'd never get rid of either. Okay, let's see. How do you feel about seeing dolls that you have or have had in other people's collections? Do you enjoy it, or do you feel like I've been there, done that? I really enjoy it, Josie. I like, especially if I can't rock now. My back support's back behind me again. I really enjoy seeing, like when other people adopt my babies. I enjoy seeing them, especially if that person acts like they really like that baby, and that. Now, I would not want to see or know if that person just threw the baby around and didn't care for it. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna move the camera back again. Sorry, guys. Since I can't sit back, I don't want to be just all up in your face. But I wouldn't want to see or know if they didn't really care for it and just left it laying and didn't do anything with it. I'd prefer not to know. Because even though I got rid of those babies, at the time that I had them, they were my babies. I mean, I know these are dolls. I'm not crazy, but they're my babies. And I want them taken care of. And I want to know that the person that got them is taking care of them. And I try to condition my mind that once they're gone, they're not mine. I have no say-so over them. They're not mine anymore. But yes, I do love seeing them if the person really likes the baby. And it kind of touches my heart to know that they wanted my baby and that they like it. And, I do like to see them. Uh, yeah, Susan. Um, you actually purchased a couple from me, which was a couple of the ones I got when I first started. We kind of passed them along the line, didn't we? uh, yep, we kind of got our passed them a little bit along the line. But you know, you do. You find your style as you collect. Um, you find out whether you like open-eyed babies or closed-eyed babies, or if you like them both, or you find out if you like them with rooted hair or bald or painted hair. Um, you know, most of my babies from, well, all of the babies that I got from Amy Michelle that when I first started collecting are bald. She didn't paint, root, or nothing. You know, the babies were bald. Um, and then I purchased two babies when I found her sister on rebards.com. Let me know if y'all remember that story, or if you would like to hear that story about me finding Amy's sister. Let me read this real quick. I can't concentrate. Let me read. My husband says we're all just keep buying and selling each other. Yes, we just pass them among each other. You can have them now. You take care of this one now. Yep, we just pass them between each other. But hey, we see somebody with a baby we like and we want it. And then they get ready to pass it on to get us something different. So we just take it. So we just pass them around to the community. They're the community babies. They're the community babies. But the dolls I got from Amy are bald. And then two of them I got from Pat are bald. And then she started doing the painted hair. So I got two that she's done that's got painted hair. So that's good. And I prefer the rooted hair to actually say what I prefer, but I don't mind. Did I say painted? No, I prefer the rooted hair. Did I say rooted hair? Okay, I prefer the rooted hair. I don't mind the painted hair because if it's painted right now, it's got to be a good artist for me to like the painted hair. It's got to look like hair. This baby's hair is painted. And it's got to look like hair. It can't just be a bunch of dark paint up there, with no, like, strings or whatever. It's got to look like hair for me to like it painted. I don't mind bald hair on boys, and as long as I can keep a headband on a bald girl, I don't mind it on the girls. But my preference would be to have the rooted hair. So, and I started out, and when I was collecting, I only wanted closed-eyed babies. I wanted them sleeping because I felt like that I could fool people better, if they were asleep. Because the open-eyed dolls, they don't blink their eyes or anything naturally. And so, and if they're awake, they're going to be moving somehow or another. So I always felt like, I only wanted the sleeping babies. So I could, more fool people with them. And I only wanted girls. I did not want any boys in my collection when I first started. I had two boys. And when I had my two boys, and I wanted a girl so bad. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my second son. Wouldn't take nothing for him. I wouldn't take nothing for him. He's my son. I wouldn't take nothing for him. Hush, Nene. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I only had boys. And I wanted a girl so bad when I had my second son. I wanted a girl so bad, and I didn't have a girl. So when I started collecting, I said that I was only going to get um, girls in my collection so I could, uh, dress them pretty and comb their hair, put headbands and barrettes in their hair, stuff like that. And now I find myself putting them in sleepers most of the time. It's funny how we do. It really is. And it wasn't long, that after that I started. I picked up a boy or two here or there, and I still have more girls than boys. Uh, okay. Josie says I only wanted girls too, but I love my boy babies now so much. What made you decide to get your first boy baby? Hmm. Hello, SV. I forgot what you said your name was. So sorry. I can't remember what caused me to get my first boy doll. That's a very good question that I can't come up with the answer. I don't remember. I can't even remember who was my first boy. Unless it was Lenny. Lenny might have been my first boy. And if that was the case, then the reason I got him was because I purchased when I first started, not just right when I first started, but I had been collecting a little while, and I had purchased 6 dolls from this lady that was getting out of the doll hobby, and I got them for a good price, all 6 of them, and Lenny was the only boy in the batch, and I still have him today. He's one I would never get rid of. He's one of my little preemie boys that I've just been recently featuring in the onesies that I've been doing here. That's all I can remember. I don't even remember my first boy, unless like I said, unless he was the first. But now, and I don't have a whole lot of boys now. I have Liam, the Ashton Drake that I just got. I have Lenny. I have Landon. I have my twin boys. I have Stephen and Logan. And I think that's all the boys I have out of all my dolls. Do I pick the name of my baby dolls, or do they come with names already? Some Ashton Drakes have names already. When I get Ashton Drake dolls, sometimes you have to really read all of what, on the website. You have to read to find their name. Now, if you just read slightly over when I got Liam, you would have passed up that his name was Liam. You would have just thought of him as Adventures Await. But in their talking, they called him Liam in the writing about him. Now, my T for 2 doll that I got from Ashton Drake, she did not have a name. Just T for 2 is all they had. And so I picked a name for her. Now, for Paradise Galleries, most of the time their names are not names you would use as names. You know what I mean? They'd be like Sweetest Thing, or help me think of some other Paradise Galleries. Pumpkin Spice, names like that from Paradise Galleries. So in that case, I had to pick their names. Now my reborns, when I get a reborn, I started out naming them. That's why the 3 from Amy that I talk a lot about, they're my first babies, I guess you would say. So I do talk a lot about them. I picked names that wasn't sculpt names. And then I also got a couple of babies. I got 3 dolls from an artist, Randy Perry. It's a lady. It's spelled Randi. Randy Perry is the artist. And I got 3 babies from her. And at that time, I was just picking my own names. I didn't use the sculpt name for the baby. But after that, I started thinking, I guess I kind of was coming where I, buying Paradise Galleries and Ashton Drake and having to come up with names. I guess I was kind of running out of names for my babies. So now, if I get a reborn or even an Ashton Drake or anyone that has an actual name that I could use for a name, if I don't already have a doll that name, I will just leave it its sculpt name. And but if I already have a doll that is that name, then I'll try to come up with a name for it. So it's just kind of however it falls, whichever way it falls. Susan said, I only wanted girls as well, but then I saw a Joseph 3 month asleep and wanted him and finally got one. Then I fell in love with boy babies too. Now, I got the, I've mentioned before about buying and selling, buying and selling. Well, there are a few babies I have regretted getting rid of. Now, most of the babies that I've sold and passed on, I really don't regret it, but there are a few that I look back and I think, why did you get rid of that baby? Because now, I got them back then at a good price, and the price of the dolls has went up since I started collecting. And even if I didn't do anything with those babies at that time, they were in my collection. I already had them, and I wasn't having to pay, they were paid for. Except for that, I thought, okay, I can sell them and get something else. That's the way we have to do sometimes, to sell one to get one. I had a June awake 7 month and a June asleep 7 month. But they were over 10 pounds each. And at the time I thought, oh no, it's just, they're so heavy and they're so hard for me to deal with. And I thought, well, I can just sell them and get, smaller babies. And so I did. But I have regretted getting rid of mine. I had them both as girls, but there was the June awake and the June asleep 7 month, the big babies. Now that I've gotten rid of, I hate saying it that way. Being in the South, I don't know how else to put it. Did y'all hear that thunder, guys? It's thundering. Since I adopted out just recently, my Whitney and my Chelsea, which one was an Ashton Drake, older Ashton Drake, the big girls. I had some, a couple of big girls, big like my Louisa. Since I have adopted them out, I guess Louisa is my biggest doll now. But as far as like baby-sized dolls, not toddler like Louisa, but baby-sized dolls, my Landon is a boy, and I think he's my biggest now. I think he is, don't quote me on this, but I think his sculpt is the Landon sculpt. And I think he is the Landon 3 month. He's a pretty big baby, and I love him. I love cuddling with him. Let's see. Rehomed. Yes, rehomed. I think a good way, as much as I love Landon, and I do love cuddling with him, but his weight is a little heavy, but his size is kind of spread out through the whole doll. It's not like just in the bottom, or, his weight is kind of spread out. And so therefore, when you go to cuddle, you can feel it everywhere. It's not just in one place. And so it's not so hard. Now, I can't stand long holding Landon. He weighs probably, I'm thinking he weighs somewhere around 6 pounds. But for me and the comfort of me holding it and not hurting me, I think somewhere around 4.5, maybe 5 pounds. But that's because of my, I think I can sit back now. Daddy came in and she went to see what he's doing. um, that's for my comfort because of my arthritis and fibro and all in my back. If it's any heavier than that, unless I am sitting where they can just rest on me, then it's too heavy. So for me, around 4.5, 5 pounds is a good weight for my babies. Are you still there, Nene, or did I run you off? Comment. Let me know. I probably ran her off. But anyway, it's a storming now. It's coming down now, guys. I love the rain if it's not bad weather. I wish, of course, I don't like bugs, so I would want a screened-in porch. But I lived in Louisiana for a while. Right? Hubby and I was married. I think we was married like maybe 2.5, 3 years, and we moved to Louisiana. And we had to stay with his niece for a little while, but we rented a little house, a little shotgun house. And at the front of that house was a screened-in porch. And back then, I had a bent wood rocker. I don't know if you know what a bent wood rocker is. But I had a bent wood rocker back then. And whenever it would rain, I would pull my rocker out there on that porch. And I would sit there and rock in my bent wood rocker and watch it rain and listen to it rain. Oh, I love it if it's not bad weather. If it's not, thundering and lightning and tornadoes coming or anything like that. If it's just a good rain, I love to sit on the porch. It's the wind. I love to sit there and the wind blowing a little bit, and it kind of, I don't want it blowing real hard to wet me, a whole lot, but I love to feel the little sprinkles come in from through the screen and the wind blowing and it cool and listening to it rain. Oh, that's just awesome. But I want it to be screened in because I don't like flies and I don't like mosquitoes and I don't like, I just don't like bugs of any sort. Insects, bugs, or anything. So, I'm just a city girl, guys. Brought to the country, trying to act countrified. But anyway, let's see. How long have we been on here? Josie, thank you so much for helping me keep up the conversation. I should have been more prepared, but I really thought I would have more to say. But I didn't write nothing down. I don't really have any shout-outs today. We've been on here a pretty good little while. And y'all probably have things you need to do. So, I think we're going to call it a day. I may not do a live next week. I may just do a pre-recorded video. I'm just kind of testing out the lives to see how they work. And I'll go with the ones that does the best. You're not feeling good today? Oh. Well, I'm glad I could visit with you a little while. I hope you're not getting sick. That's a bummer. Actually, I have felt pretty good for me. Let me just put it that way. I felt pretty good for me today. I've slept pretty good the past 2 or 3 nights. So, if you can get rest, you can kind of, or me, if I can get some rest, then I can kind of deal with the day, and whatever it holds. But if I can't sleep, then the next day is just horrible. I can't function if I can't sleep, It's just hard. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go since it's a storming and hubby's coming in. He's probably ready for lunch or something. And um, I just wanted to come on and try out the live a little bit and see which way we might go. But next week will probably just be pre-recorded. And that way you don't have to worry about being there at a certain time. But I do enjoy these. I enjoy being able to chat right then. You know, you writing your comment and me reading it and us chatting about it. But I will be more prepared the next time I do a live. I will be more prepared to have something to talk about and not expect y'all to keep the conversation going. So, anyway, I'm going to go. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And give them babies a big hug and snuggle for Auntie Becca. And I'm going to go, and I will talk with you all later. Have a great rest of your day. I got to figure out how to turn this off. I always have trouble turning it off. All right, guys. Talk with you later. Bye.